ready to get started. Kirby, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. I'm calling this meeting to order. This is the meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Today is August the 20th of 2020. First item that we have is roll call, please.
Yes, good afternoon, Commissioners. Erasmo Villarreal,
I'm present.
Jose Tellez, Jorge Dominguez,
I'm here, present.
Rafael Núñez,
Present, Dueñas.
Abraham Lugo,
Present.
Johnny Narvaez,
Present.
Raúl Ugalde, George Beckelheimer, Carlos Flores. For the record, Mr. Sherman, you do have quorum.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to see if we can get a motion going. I know George is still in the hospital. I know Carlos also was asked if he could be excused, and I think Joey is probably going to join us a little later, but can we have a motion to excuse him for right now, please?
Make a motion to excuse Commissioner Carlos Flores, George Beckelheimer, and that's it right now, right, Chairman? Joey may join us later.
I think Joey Tellez is not with us right now.
Okay, and also to excuse Joey Tellez.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion, a second. All those in favor? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries. The next item that we have is going to be the consideration of the approval of the minutes of the meeting of August the 6th of 2020. I'll give you all a few minutes if you haven't had a chance to peruse them and make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of August 6, 2020.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? And a second. Mr. Dueñas, all right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Next item is, do we have any citizens' comments at this point waiting to speak to the commission?
If we can do it about a 30-second lag, and everybody, if you're not speaking, to mute your mic. It really helps with the background noise. And also something to consider, Commissioner Villarreal, if you'd like, you can ask for a negative motion, and if nobody responds, then you know that it's unanimous.
That's what we're going to do as we get to the items that need approval.
And we will notify you if we get any citizens' comments. And also, we will be calling the engineers so that they, or the applicants, so that they're ready to answer any questions the commission has.
All right. I don't believe you have anybody queued up on citizens' comments, do you?
No, sir.
If not, I will move on to the next item. Item number 5, public hearing and recommendations of an ordinance. First item that we have is 5A, amending the zoning ordinance map to the city of Laredo by rezoning approximately 20.2397 acres of Porción 19, Joaquin Garcia, original abstract 47, located south of Vaquero Boulevard and west of Bernadette Lane from AG to R1B. Okay.
Yes, the applicant is Aquero Ltd. Jesus J. Ruiz, owner applicant. Porras Nance Engineering is representative. Property description location is 20.2 acres, located south of Vaquero Boulevard and west of Bernadette Lane. Zone change request is from AG, Agricultural District, to R1B, Single Family High Density Residential District. Proposed use is single family residential. Numbers of letters sent out were 11. This is a location map of the area. This is a street view of the area. This is the aerial view of the proposed zone change. This is a zoning map of the proposed zone change. This is a future land use of the proposed zone change. These are the staff comments. A staff recommendation is to support the proposed zone change.
All
This
right.
is a proposed motion to recommend approval or denial of the proposed zone change.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anybody who wants to speak on this particular item, either for or against, let us know when you have somebody on the line that wishes to speak.
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon. This is Rafael Vidaurri. For the record, I have Mr. Wayne Nance of Portland Nance Engineering, who's available for any questions of the commission.
All right. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, Wayne Nance, Porras Engineering. We're glad to see that staff supports the zone change, and we look for your support as well.
All right. Thank you. Does anybody on the commission have any questions for Mr. Nance?
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Real quick, I just want to bring to the attention that I know we're voting on a zone change, but also I want to bring to the attention that that subdivision only has one entrance. So maybe the engineer would need to work on it, that it has two entrances to the subdivision. That's my comment.
Okay.
Chairman, this is Raul. Did we not discuss this last meeting about the impact on traffic?
Is that a question for me, Rafa?
Raul, go ahead.
It was a question to you, Mr. Chairman. We discussed the traffic issues already, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know why it's relevant to continue. That's my comment.
Okay. Anybody else in the commission have any comments? All right, this is still a public hearing. Is there anybody on the line who wishes to speak either for or against the zone change?
It appears not, sir.
Nobody else is on the line. If that's the case, then what are the wishes of the commission?
So I'll make a motion to approve the zone change and comments.
All right. We
I'll
have a
second the motion. Dominguez.
motion to approve the zone change. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion. This is Dominguez.
Okay, we have a second. Those who are not in favor of approving the zone change, please vote that you're not in favor. With no one being heard, the motion carries. Approved zone change. Next item. Amending the zoning ordinance of the city of Laredo by rezoning Lot 5, Block 1A, Delwood Commercial Subdivision located at 9002, Farm to Market 1472, from B3 to B4. All right.
Yes, sir. The applicant is Mambia LLC, Juan Valentin Cuela, owner applicant, and Maria Magdalena Cuela, representative. The property description location, it is located at 9002 FM 1472 Mines Road. They're requesting to go from a B3 Community Business District to a B4 Highway Commercial District. The proposed use is wholesale for warehouse and storage. And we mailed 20 letters. We received 0 for and 0 against. Here is a general area view located on the northwest side of town, off Mines Road. Here is a aerial view showing the property surrounded by, and what you can see in the dotted line is the properties that were mailed a notice. Here is the zoning. You can see currently it is a B3, and there is some B4 on the corner of Bristol and Mines Road. And note behind it, the R3 residential. And here is the future land use map showing that the future land use for this is neighborhood mixed use. I'll come back to that in a second. Here's a street view of the property. I also want to give you a tilted aerial view that shows you the you're looking at the warehouse on the left that's applying for the zone change. And behind the warehouse, you can see some residential. I want to point this out because one of the things about granting the zone change, we'll be able to require that they fence it properly, that the commercial and residential, there should be a 7-foot opaque fence. And this will give us an opportunity to enforce that for them to be able to get this zone change. Staff does support. I do want to point out that it is not in compliance with the future land use designation. However, there is B4 in the area. It does fit in with the uses in the area, and granting the zone change will allow them to come in conformance with the requirements of the code right now, the fencing with the residential behind. For those reasons, we would, staff recommends supporting, recommending a positive approval to council.
Okay. All right. This is a public hearing. Do we have anybody who wishes to speak either for or against?
All right. This is a public hearing. Do we have anybody?
Mr. Chairman, this is Rafael Vidaurri. I have Juan Valentin Cuellar, the property owner, on the line to
All right.
the commission.
Go right ahead. Let him speak.
Mr. President, this is Rafael Vidaurri.
Mr. Cuellar, could you please mute your TV or computer on the other side so we can hear you properly? Sorry about that.
Can you mute yourself until he does that?
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Cuellar. You're live.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. I was calling you, to see if you could support me on doing this zoning change to B4. Reason is, I'm trying to make it a little more commercial use, and a B3 is actually paying me a little more than a B4, and because I was interested in actually doing a wholesale out of that warehouse. Because of the structure that it has, it's a little more difficult for me to actually do business in a warehouse like that that's fitted on Mines Road. So would I like to ask for your support on this change?
Okay, thank you. Does anybody in the commission have any questions for Mr. Cuellar?
If I may, Mr. Chairman, I just want to ask Mr. Cuellar, what is the intention of I know that he mentioned that he wants to get more options as to whether he can rent it, but pretty much that warehouse, the only thing that I can see is probably for Maquinitas. With the Maquinitas is something that they're contemplating. That's my question.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm not interested in putting Maquinitas. Reason why is it's a lot of illegal going on. What's going to happen? It's going to be closed down, and it will not produce income. And I have to have a legitimate business running there. So Maquinitas, I will not actually put an establishment for Maquinitas. Yeah, you have my word on it.
Thank you, Mr. Cuellar.
All right. Does any other commissioner have any questions for Mr. Cuellar? Thank you, Mr. Cuellar, for your participation. Do we have anybody else on the line who wants to speak either for or against the zone change?
No, sir, we do not.
We have no one else. All right, thank you. If that's being the case, what are the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to close public hearing and support staff recommendation for a zone change, not advice.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion, Mr. Chairman. Dominguez.
Dominguez seconds it. All those who are not in favor of approving the zone change signify by saying aye. With none heard, The motion carries. Zone change is approved. The next item that we have is review and consideration of the following master plan. Item 6A, review and reconsideration of the new trade center master plan. The intent is industrial. The purpose of this revision is to combine phase 4 and 5 into a single phase with larger lots. All right.
Mr. Chairman, overview, the applicant is Robert Mueller Limited. The engineer is Civil Engineering Consultants. 137.8 acre tract of land located west of FM 1472 Mines Road and north of La Bota Ranch. The zoning is M1. The proposed use is industrial, and the proposed number of lots is 31. General location, street view, aerial view, street view, proposed master plan, comments from planning, water utilities and traffic safety, and the proposed motion.
Okay. Hey, Ralph, can you put the master plan back on? There you go. So we're looking at phase 3.
The phase 4, as shown in this master plan, it was actually divided in phases 4 and 5. So they're combining it into 2 larger lots is their intent. They want to do it all at once.
So it looks like it's, what are the acreages of those? It looks like there's 2 lots. It's 20-some acres each or what, or better?
One is 15 acres, the larger one is 20 acres.
Okay. So that was a whole change, really. It was combined into, yeah, okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Okay. Do we have the engineer of record on the line?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is Jason Hinojosa for the record. I have Civil Engineering Consulting, Mr. Edward Ochoa on the line.
All right.
He's available for questions if you have them.
Yes. He's available for any questions.
All right, Edward, are you in agreement with the comments from the city?
Yes, sir. Mr. Villarreal, this is Edward Ochoa with CEC. And yes, we reviewed the staff's comments, city comments, and we concur.
Okay, very good. Does anybody on the commission have any questions for Mr. Ochoa? Okay, with nobody having any questions, what are the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve the reconsideration of the new trade center, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dominguez. Do we have a second?
Dueñas, second.
And a second by Dueñas. All those who are not in favor of this approval signify by saying aye. None heard. The master plan has been approved. The next item is item 7A, consideration of the following preliminary plats and preliminary replats. Item 7A is preliminary consideration of the plat of New Trade Center Phase 4. The intent is industrial.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant is Robert Mueller Limited. The engineer of record is Civil Engineering Consultants. 41.7 acre tract of land located west of FM 1472 and south of Trade Center Boulevard. The zoning is M1, proposed use is industrial, and the proposed total of lots is 4. General location, aerial view, street view, the proposed plat, which ties back to the master plan that we just saw.
Sure.
Staff comments from planning, water utilities, and traffic safety. And the proposed motion.
All right. I take it Mr. Ochoa is the engineer on this.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner, this is Jason Hinojosa for the record. I have Mr. Edward Ochoa on the line as well if you have any questions for him.
Yes. Edward, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Are you in agreement with the comments?
Sure. We reviewed these comments also, and they go in line with the master plan comments. And yes, sir, we concur.
Okay, very good. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Ochoa? None heard. What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve the preliminary plat of the new trade center, phase 4.
We have a motion by Commissioner Narvaez. Do we have a second?
Dueñas.
A second from Dueñas. All those who are not in favor of this approval signify by saying aye. None heard. The motion is approved. The next item is the item 7B, preliminary consideration of the plat of Lomas del Sur, Unit 21. The intent is residential.
Fernando.
Who will make the presentation?
Yes, we received a notice from the engineer wishing to table time certain.
All right. Can we have a motion to table?
Motion to table, time certain, Narvaez.
Narvaez, second by
Second, Dueñas.
Dueñas. All those who are not in favor of tabling signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion tabled. Next item, 7C, preliminary consideration of the plat of Cuatro Vientos Drive right-of-way extension. The intent is a street connection. Is this a tabling too, or?
Daniel.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Danny Tijerina for the record. The applicant for this subdivision is ALS Laredo Holdings LLC. The project engineer is Sherfy. Property in question is 0.3 acres located south of Wormser Road and east of Ejido. The proposed use is a street extension. Here is the general map of the area. Here is a close-up aerial. As you can see, the site is bounded between Ejido and Wormser. Street view of the property. And here is the proposed plat. Staff comments from planning and engineering. Fire, utilities, traffic safety. And your proposed motion.
All right.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is Jason Hossa for the record. I have Mr. Frank Estrada available on the line.
All
The
right.
engineer.
Put him on.
Frank, you available?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. This is Frank Estrada with Sherfy Engineering, and we've reviewed the comments and we concur with the staff comments.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Estrada? Okay. Nobody has any questions for Mr. Estrada. What are the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve the preliminary plat drive right-of-way extension, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dominguez. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion. This is Ugalde.
Ugalde seconds it. All those who are not in favor of this approval signify by saying aye. None heard, motion carries, or the preliminary plat consideration is approved. Next item is item 7D, preliminary consideration of the replat of lots 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, block 1679 Eastern Division into lot 8A, block 1679 Eastern Division. The intent is commercial.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, this is Rafael Vidaurri. Before the meeting, we did receive correspondence from the engineer of record requesting that this item be tabled time certain.
All right. Can we have a motion to table? Time certain.
Ugalde, I'll make a motion, table the item, time certain.
Motion, do we have a second?
Lugo.
Commissioner Lugo seconds it. All those who are not in favor of this motion signify by saying aye. None heard, motion carries. Next item. Number 9, consideration of the final plats. I'm sorry, and replats. We have 1, 2, 3.
There's 6 items, Mr. Chairman. You want me to, I can motion to hear them all at once?
Yeah, let's take 9 and 10 I think we can take them all together. You want to make that motion, Commissioner Ugalde?
Yes, I'll make the motion. What item is this? What does it start with and what does it end with? I can't
It's
see it
gonna
on
be
my screen.
10A, and it's gonna go all the way to 10A.
I'll make a motion to hear items 9A through 10A all at once.
All right,
Second the motion, Commissioner Dominguez.
Dominguez seconds the motion. All those who are not in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. All right, motion carries. All right, can we have a motion?
Valde, again, I'll motion to approve items 9A through 10A.
All right,
Second the motion.
and Commissioner Dominguez seconds the motion. Those who are not in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Item 11, consideration of an extension to the following final plats and final replats. 11A, consideration of the extension of the final approval of Lago del Mar subdivision unit 16. The intent is commercial. All right.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant is Lago del Mar Limited. The engineer of record is Premier Engineering and Surveying. 1.5 acre tract located east of Bartlett and south of Del Mar. The zoning is B3. The proposed use is commercial, and it's one lot is proposed. General location, aerial view, street view, proposed plat, and the proposed motion.
Okay. All right, does anybody on the commission have any questions on this particular item? With none heard, what are the wishes of the commission?
This is Ugalde. I'll make a motion to approve the extension of the final plat.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second from, is that Commissioner Lugo? All right. All those who are not in favor of this approval, signify by saying aye. None heard? It's approved. Next item that we have is director's comments.
Commission, it's Kirby Snideman, the planning director. Just wanted to say thank you very much for your service. And I hope everybody is holding in there during this difficult time. It looks like we're going to be doing this for the long term. We are looking into some other options as you recommended, and we'll notify you when we have something to test out at a future meeting. But definitely just want to say again, thank you for the time that you do this. You don't get paid as planning commissioners. You do this as volunteers, and we really appreciate your service. It makes a difference for the community. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you all very much for your participation, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.